Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of The Tale of the Trail. This time we gave the episode the title Embracing the Continent. That is, of course, linked with the ATM 500 virtual running challenge, which is still in progress as we speak. Complete a distance of 500 kilometers in 2 weeks' time and in teams of 4 runners. 2 weeks ago, we shyly mentioned this ATM 500 virtual challenge in our show here, Tale of the Trail, and at the time we had no idea it would develop into such a big hit. In just a matter of a few days, we received 250 team registrations, which means 1,000 runners and spread out all over Asia, including even places like Cambodia and Kalimantan in Indonesia, places with no real background in ATM. Moreover, we are delighted to see also many of our regional elite trail runners taking place in this community initiative. A big thank you to all of you, and we really hope that you're enjoying this new type of team running challenge while the corona crisis continues to prevent any physical sports events from taking place. A small tip maybe, we are also publishing these Tale of the Trail shows and other ATM TV productions on our YouTube channel. As many of you know, but probably many also don't, it is easy to stream video from YouTube to your own widescreen TV at home, with Chromecast, for example. Just a suggestion, a tip to give yourself a more pleasant viewing experience. So let's not wait any longer and get on with the Tale of the Trail. All right, and our first guests of the show today are Karen and Casey from Sportlicious Malaysia, the creators of ATM 500, we can say. Karen, Casey, it's been unexpectedly very busy for all of us the past couple of days. How are you doing?
Hi, Chris. Well, it actually took us by surprise, the ATM 500 virtual, with the registration just being released 12 days prior to 8th of June. We managed to actually capture a good 1,000 runners, which is 250 teams. Well, like what you say, we would say that it's kind of like a taming Godzilla kind of thing. We never expect it to be so challenging, with the elites coming in from all over Asia. The first few days was just, whoa, the time was spent just on the database, monitoring Strava activities, runners activities. I'm sure you did the same too, Chris, on your side.
Yeah, absolutely.
With all the, calculation, cross-referencing. But it's good because, the reason that we manage the database from our side ourselves is to at least gives us that foundation that we can create off from this very first virtual race, so that should, moving forward, if more is to come, at least we will know how we fare in this and what is that extra step that we can cater for all those additional participants that register in the future.
Exactly, yeah, because this tastes like more, right? So the ATM 500 virtual run, unexpected, huge success, runners from all over Asia. So I think, I hope that also all the participants understand that this is also for us the first time, and nothing is perfect, yeah. So, but I think everything has been going very well, nevertheless. We have seen some great runs. It's great social media. All over Asia has gone viral. So, but just going back now in time a little bit, it's only about 2.5 weeks ago that you approached me with your idea for this ATM 500. So maybe for our audience today, maybe you can explain what inspired you to come forward with this kind of team race, this virtual team race.
Okay, the idea came to Casey and myself, from what's been happening with this pandemic world situation, of late, and everyone's just so quarantined within their own home or within the regulation of their own country, that they cannot be out there partaking in races anymore. But we trust that in any person that loves sports, especially running, that fire is still burning in them to be ready to charge, go out and, run a race. But, it deceives the purpose that every time you hop on the treadmill or, you run around your neighborhood or within your own compound, that you're just running yourself. So what struck me is that why don't we speak to Chris, see if he buys off the idea of creating a virtual race for Asia, and we get the whole of Asia coming in, so that when a runner runs and, every single time he or she looks down at the tracker, they won't feel that they're running alone. They know that somewhere out there, somewhere in Asia, someone may be running at that split second, and they have someone with them racing. That's what gives me that motivation to push forward to have that ATM 500.
Yeah, it's been an outstanding achievement, I would say. So, and also thank you very much for approaching Asia Trailmaster with the idea. I believe you have also compiled some statistics by now.
Yes,
because you've been handling the registrations, right?
Numbers here. We have actually countries from all over Asia, a good 14 countries, if I may say so. Malaysia, Hong Kong, Philippines, China, Indonesia, Vietnam, surprisingly Cambodia. Cambodia came in with 3 teams, and we have Team Kim Kok that falls on the top 21 list of your leaderboard. I have a feeling they may be finishing the 500 km today.
Today being Thursday, right? So this recording is on Thursday, day 4.
Yeah, and then we have Thailand, we have Vietnam, we have Japan, Korea. Surprisingly, there's a team from Spain. I did write to the captain. It's an all-women's team, to say that, where are they currently residing? But it seems that there's only one team from Spain, which is interesting enough to know if they're really in Spain or are they residing somewhere in Asia. I've already dropped them an email and we will see.
Yeah, what I know, of course, is that the Asia Trailmaster series is covered very extensively in Spain by the people from Territoria Trail. That's the most popular podcast and trail running magazine in the country of Spain.
And then in terms of countries, let's just say the top 3 countries that register out of the 250 teams that we have. Malaysia has a good 92 teams, and then followed by Philippines, 52. And then Indonesia, we have 50. Thailand and Vietnam coming in at 11 teams, and then Singapore at 10. So we have Brunei at 9, Hong Kong 8 teams, and so forth. And good numbers from Cambodia, like I said earlier, which is 3 teams. So, it's good to see people connecting from everywhere. And then it's also a great platform, Chris. I noticed yesterday as I was just speaking with one of the teams, Heel One Runners from Philippines. It's actually, they reside in Cordillera. Heel as One Runners, they came in top 8 in the list, where we actually don't know who they are. So I was in touch with Frankie, and when he sent me his run for the day, for the first 2 days, I was like, whoa, 5,900 elevation gain. And I said, why? He says, I have the beautiful mountains. Some may just choose to run flat, but when you have nature and when you can connect back to nature, why take it the easy way when you have this beautiful goddess in front of you? And the team did amazingly well. And I have to give a good shout out to Dr. Roman, who is actually one of the frontliners who actually gave his time as a front runner during the COVID-19 pandemic situation. So like what you say, it's a great platform for everyone to meet. And then it's also a good opportunity for us to know new runners.
Absolutely, yeah. And Doc Roman, as you just mentioned, we have been in touch with him. He's working already again. He's doing his duty as a doctor fighting the COVID-19 in Ifugao. So Karen, as a final remark maybe, so this is day 4. What do you expect for the next 8 days? 10 days, I should say.
Okay, you can see that the runners that are clocking in the leaderboard, the speed has kind of slowed down. It wasn't as crazy as the first 2 days, but nevertheless, what I feel is that people are still out there running, because I checked 250 teams across every day. You can see some run 10 km, some does a good 50 or 30, but you know that the consistency is there, and the dedication and the devotion and that passion of running together as a team, regardless of where you are, what time you are running. It's still there, because teams are still submitting in their distances every single day. And as for me, I've actually paired up with my daughter, who's just 14 years old. And then I told her about this idea, and she's so excited to run the 14 days with me. I do not pressure her to run, the mileage that she has to run every day. I leave it be. But, this is a good sign to tell all the competitors across Asia that should you one day think that you are way behind in the leaderboard and you have no one, at least you still have me and my daughter out there running with you. Think about Karen and Emily, and you will never be alone, because I'll be running through until June 21st.
Exactly. And I think many people also are like that. It's about finishing the challenge. It's not necessarily about being first or second or whatever. Thank you very much, Karen and Kessie. I'll let you guys go back to work while I continue with the show first. I will join you in a couple of hours again.
Thank you so much, Chris. All right. Goodbye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, and that was Karen and Kessie from Sportlicious Malaysia, the actual founders of ATM 500. That is currently still in progress, of course. This is day 4 on Thursday when we do the recording, and on the show right now we have Vincent Casanova, based in Singapore, and he was part of the so-called winning team, the BSK Marina Loopers, who already completed the 500 kilometers last Monday on the first day. Big congratulations for that, Vincent.
Thanks, Chris. I mean, it was a team effort, right? I think, as you know, our captain was an absolute rock star, Rie, and I think you'll talk to her later. But yeah.
So was it also her idea? Did she convince you to take part in this challenge, because you all took an equal share of 125 kilometers?
Yeah, we had a WhatsApp group, this BSK group of runners in Singapore, and we decided, okay, who wants to do it? And we were the first 4 who raised our hands, and that's pretty much how it all started. And then we say, so how are we going to do this? Do we go for one day? And then we say, okay, let's try. And we say we all do 125. Let's try, and then it worked out. So we were quite lucky, actually. It was a very hot day.
Yeah, so I heard it was very hot, and you also all run individually, right? Because in Singapore there's still some issue with gatherings, and
so that was a bit the limitation. But we all decided to choose sort of a similar course, but not running together. So for the morale, we could cross each other from time to time. And for me, that was and I know for the others, that was a deal breaker, because it's very hard to do it on your own.
Vincent, you have done this before, like this kind of ultra distance?
So I've run ultras. Yeah, I started running ultras about 11 years ago in Sabah. The TMBT was my first ultra back in 2010 or 2011, I think. And back in the days, that was, I think, the only race there was in Southeast Asia. And since then, I've done more, but more recently, I was more focusing on marathons. But I think I'm going to start getting back to trail again, and looking forward to running some of the Asia Trail Master races, yes.
Okay, that's great to hear. So on Monday, was there any point of time that you thought, no, I'm not going to make it? I'm going to make a phone call to my teammates saying, you guys need to run more?
Yeah, we all had very different race strategies. So Rie was Japanese style, meaning she just like ran through it with barely any pause. The 2 others, Yannick and Phil, were very strong also in sort of their breaks were very short and keeping on. My strategy was a bit different. Like in every of the 16-kilometer loop, I was taking almost 20 minutes to half an hour break, and it was a nap basically, and then I would start again. So it's but we crossed each other all the time, so that's what make it worth it.
Did you have any stomach issues because it was a very hot day, as you said? Any nutritional problems?
Yeah, I had some stomach issues at the beginning, but then it sort of went away. I think we mostly suffered from the heat at 12. We were hoping for a rainy day because it's raining almost every day in Singapore, and we had like a 5-minute drizzle, so that didn't help much. But once the heat and of the day around 3-4 p.m. was gone, it was a lot easier to carry on.
Okay. Final question, Vincent. What is your overall feeling about this ATM 500 virtual challenge?
No, I think it's a great event. No, I understand that initially you wanted to do sort of something a bit smaller, and it got a lot of traction, right? I mean, in Singapore, we also had another team, BSK Underdogs, from our team also, and I know that there were more BSKs who wanted to sign up. So it's definitely a format that's getting a lot of excitement and traction in Singapore, and I'm sure in APAC.
Okay, that's great to hear. Thank you very much, Vincent. We will move over now to your
Thanks,
teammate.
Chris.
Cheers.
Hi everyone, this is Yannick from Switzerland. I had the pleasure to run together with Vincent, Philippe and Rie for the ATM 500 race last week, and there are just a couple of key takeaways we wanted to share as a group. I think it's important to say that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we're all basically locked at home and we're not able to travel around and do these wonderful trails we usually hit during this time. So ATM 500 is basically a race where a group of 4 people is trying to absolve 500 km as fast as possible, and that's what we did on Monday. Basically, the race plan was different than for most of the other races we usually have. As of social distancing, we were not able to have proper CP stops. We were not able to engage with other people in a close distance. So what we did is properly the only thing possible. So we selected a loop running around Marina Bay in Singapore, and we started at 4 a.m., which was still quite good, and we started with a fast pace. During the day it started to turn really hot, and during certain times around 2-3 p.m. we actually hit nearly 42 Celsius, so it was really challenging on us. I guess feeling wise it was great to be actually having a challenge again and run as a group, even though you're running virtually together. It was a good motivation for us. Challenges during the run, I mean, running 125 km is certainly not easy, so in the back of your mind you always had to keep pushing yourself. The biggest challenge was probably that most water stops or stations in Singapore are closed, so getting nutrition and drinks wasn't the easiest. Then how did we overcome this? We had still a lot of friends running around as well, and just seeing them every once in a while, like every 20-30 minutes, just gives you this extra boost to continue pushing. And it's just inspiring to see that not just our group, but all the groups together are, even though we're in different countries, we're all running together, we're all trying to achieve the same goal, and I think that's a mentality we should all keep. Then I would say thank you to all of the people at Asia Trailmasters, all the other runners, all the people in Singapore who supported us, even though it's not physically, even though it's just mental support, it's really helpful for us. Keep the spirits up. I hope we're going to meet each other at the next trail, and I hope you all stay safe. Thank you.
Hi there, this is Phil from Singapore, and I wanted to share with you my experience on ATM 500 virtual challenge that we've completed last Monday with my team, the BSK Marina Looper, so with Rie, Vincent and Yannick. But first of all, I wanted to say thanks to ATM and Sportlicious Malaysia for organizing this type of events. I think it's great because with the current situation with COVID-19, a lot of people have difficulties to keep motivated in their training, right? All the races are being cancelled, so we don't have much target in sight. So we got very excited when we saw this challenge, and we decided to treat it as a race, to go for it in one day. So this is what we did. So thanks again for organizing it. So on the strategy side for our team, we couldn't run together, unfortunately, because the current restrictions are still strict here. We cannot exercise with anyone outside of our household. In my case, I decided to go for a 21-kilometer loop. So I had to do 6 loops to complete the 125 plus kilometer. In the end, I did 130. And at every checkpoint, right, my girlfriend was waiting for me with ice, water, and refill of gels and food. So that was great to keep going, right? Few of us got badly sunburnt and dehydrated, so it was really hard to continue. But luckily on the Marina Bay area, there is a few toilets that are still open, so you can still go and get some water on your face, at least to try to cool down. Really interesting as well, because most of us are not used to do that long distance on flat asphalt, right? So here it was 125 kilometer of, well, with maybe 10 meter of elevation total. So it was really hard on the body as well. But very, very interesting and very cool to have done that with the team. I think we had a really good synergy, and so yeah. Thanks again for the race, and looking forward for the next one, if there is any. But even more looking forward for any real race that we will run together in the future, and looking forward to see all of you guys back on the trail. See you.
So, and we were listening to Philippe, Daniel, and Yannick Dubik after Vincent Casanova, the 3 men in the BSK Marina Loopers team that completed the ATM 500K challenge already on Monday, on the first day. But the team captain, as Vincent mentioned, was of course a woman, and that was Rie Sugaya. And by pure coincidence, already last week, Amy Core had decided to do the usual chat with Rie Sugaya here on the Tale of the Trail show. Hello, Amy. It's one of the winners, so to speak, of ATM 500 is also your guest, right?
Yes, what coincidence.
What made you decide for Rie Sugaya last week?
Well, actually, we were thinking of who to get in, and then happened that you told me it was something to do with Japan, more on the Japan side. And then I remembered that Ria did mention to us that she's very keen in ATM championship races. So I thought she's a great candidate. And then after that, I knew that she's competing for the ATM 500. And then, yeah, she came in the champion team and the fastest lady there.
Exactly. So that's great. Okay, so I will let you chat with Rie Sugaya right now.
Okay. Hi, Ria. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
How's the recovery to your last just Monday race? Was everything good?
Oh, yes, I'm recovering well so far, and I think that tomorrow I will be able to run again, I think.
So I understand that you run from a young age at about 12 years old?
Oh, yes. Yes, actually, I started running 12 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it really like passion or like really really training running or just for leisure?
Actually, I used to do judo before. Maybe you can not believe it, but I don't know. I was very tired to do judo when I turned to 12 years old, and I just entered. I joined running club, and I wasn't very serious because my best friend just joined the running club, and I didn't go training very well, but my coach was very angry at me. I think that's the time my coach already figured out my potential. I don't know. She thought maybe if I train more, maybe I could improve. And I didn't really like hard training, but at the end, I understand her opinion, and then I started training again and improve a lot. And at the time, I found maybe I really like running.
So before that, you were doing judo, and then you went into running. And at that time, you didn't know that your strength is in running. And then as you run along,
No.
so you were running short distance or long distance then?
The when I was 12, I used to do 800 or 400. Yeah.
Okay, so
And
that's
after
your strength.
that, yeah, after that maybe 3,000 and 5,000. Yeah.
So is the maximum that the time that you do is about 5,000 meter, 5 kilometers.
Yes.
I
Yes.
see. So I understand before you went even started running on Monday, I had a chat with you and you were telling me that your longest run was 100 kilometers. And you were telling me that, oh my God, it's like 125. I don't know how will I do and stuff. So did you
Yeah.
predict or did you expect that you will run such a good timing? It's like 13 hours, 34 minutes. It's a race elapsed time. It's like 125 kilometers.
Yeah. And
How do you feel
actually,
about it?
actually, I was very concerned about it, whether I can complete or not. But for each runner, we have to run 125K. And my teammate, like Vincent and Philip and Yannick, they already have experience to complete 100K. So I think they were worried about me whether I can finish. So I didn't want to bother them, and we really wanted to win this time, even virtual race. So maybe because of the teamwork made me stronger, and I could keep focusing on completing the 125K, I think.
But was there any strategy beforehand? Because you said that you never tried such a long distance before. So was there any
Yeah.
strategy that you had planned, your nutrition, when you need to take a break, a lunch break and stuff?
Okay. I think yeah, I try to do really carb rounding really well
Okay.
from last 2 days. I kept eating lots of carbohydrates.
Is that your
And
usual? Is that your usual way of before doing a race?
it depends on distance. I think 50K, about 50K, I do 1 day carb loading, maybe 2 days too much. But this time I started before maybe 3 days ago, 3 days before I started. And I think it was good strategy to keep my stamina at the end, I think. And also, I try to keep hydration during the run. Maybe every 5K, I try to have water, especially like sports drink, not only the water, because I sweat a lot, so I had to take a lot of water, and also I took energy gel every hour.
So you had everything
So
on you.
yes, but
Okay. So was the heat issue for you?
yes, actually I passed minor best and for 4 times. Was very hot, no shadow, no shadow, and then ECP is much easier to run because of cooler. So I think Vincent, Philip, and then Yanni, they did really well. I think because they kept running for 25K under the sun. But I think half of way I ran under the shadow. Yeah.
Okay, we know that you are fast on road and tracks, right? So you attain a personal best your first race, a full marathon in Gold Coast in 2015. That was like
Yep.
2 hours 56 minutes or something.
Tour, yes, tour, yes.
Yeah. So did you do other full marathons after that?
No, that actually it was 5 years ago, and I stopped running actually 22 years old, and I started running again 27,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't try for a full marathon, so I don't know, something I really wanted to complete the full marathon, and I challenged, and but I didn't run for 5 years. I was really struggle to
So
keep training.
that's your first and one and only full marathon race.
Yes, the Gold Coast one was second time.
Okay.
Mm,
And that's after that, no more full marathon for you. Told me.
yes,
So
but
you joined the Shufflers, right? The Singapore
yes,
Shufflers.
yes,
Yeah, the great group, right? So
yes.
what made you actually decided to try on trail running?
So the last year maybe September, I think I did too much training, maybe overtraining, and I was very, very sick, and then stopped running again. And then Banya and then Paulina, they
Yeah.
were wondering about me, and it text me how I am going on. And I say, oh, I'm very sick, so I'm very flustered, so I want to just have a rest. And few weeks later, Paulina suggested me to do trail run. So I didn't expect anything about trail race, and I just registered. I didn't think about it. Just I wanted to travel to Malaysia, and then
Okay.
Korea also. Korea also. And it's gonna be fun, and then we can make a good memory together. And yeah, so I was very flattered. So maybe I could be happy with them.
Okay.
So, but I didn't know how the first race in Malaysia is hard. I forgot the place name.
The Malaysia Mountain Trail Festival.
Yeah. It was very. I didn't know how it is hard. If I can complete, I was very happy with that.
Yeah. It's a very hard race, actually. It was one of the hardest trail race in Malaysia with very technical terrains. So
Yeah.
you finished second in the 55K category, right? It was, I
Yeah.
remember it was a very, very close competition with Banya at that time. We were
Yeah.
tracking you both, and like initially you were first, and then Banya coming, and then
Yeah.
after that, what happened at the last final kilometers?
Oh, okay. So when we start together, Vanya, she did a rocket dash. I couldn't keep her up, so I just kept going with my pace. And I don't know, about maybe 30K, I called her. Oh, I don't know, just, and then I kept going, and then she was behind me, but I was pretty hard, and I don't know, I couldn't control myself, and I mistook the course aside, and Vanya passed to me, and I missed the first place. Yeah.
Oh, so
But,
it was at the last kilometers that you missed a marker or something. That's why she
yeah,
overtook
about
you.
maybe 200 meters.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
because we were thinking that you are coming in at the finish line first, and then we saw Vanya coming in. So we're wondering, where's Rie?
After I finished, I couldn't work. I couldn't move for 30 minutes. Do you
Yeah,
remember?
I remember.
It was too hard for me. I feel I really wanted to run away, but I cannot run away. I didn't like DNF. So I tried to run fast, last 20K.
You mentioned before to me that you went mountain climbing with your father when you were young.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that is a good story. Uh, yeah, the 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 first race was mostly climbing the mountain, and I thought about my father. Yes, my father really likes to climb the mountain. Since I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, we started climb mountain together and then camping together. So when I was running or climbing up the lake, I thought about my father. Oh, it's very hard, but I feel like my father encouraged me to get over the discourse.
So, Dania from Belgium, she's also one of your trading partners in Paulina
Yes,
in
yes,
Southwest, right?
yes.
So, how does that work on your training? Do we usually compete with each other during outspring each other
Oh,
trainings, or is it during race that you actually have a fight out?
oh. Actually, we are not this sort of friendship. Like, oh, yeah, she's a very good runner, and also her performance motivated me to um for my performance as well. But she's very nice and she's very patient and she's very kind. So she's not like uh, she's not my competitor. Like my rival is like myself.
Okay, so she's more
Yeah.
like an inspiration to you, that you inspire both of you inspire each other to be better.
Yes. Yes.
What does Vanya, I mean, what's the strength that you have that Vanya lacks and vice versa?
Oh, okay. She's pretty and she has a really beautiful running form.
Okay.
Yeah, like yeah, she's very nice running form because I have seen several runners so far
Mm-hmm.
and her running form is really great.
Mm-hmm.
And also her personality is so great for me. And yeah, she's always smiling. I don't know. I haven't seen she's very sad.
Yeah, I always
Yes,
see her running, racing, and she's always smiling. Even if she runs
yeah,
so hard, she's still
yeah,
smiling.
yeah. Actually, I am sometimes very emotional, but her case she doesn't. She always comes down. Yeah, she's very mature. I think I am very childish. Yeah.
Do you think there's any strength that you have that she lacks?
Oh, she like, don't know.
Because everybody has
Funny,
strength.
funny, funny,
Funny.
funny.
Or do you
Very
drink
funny.
more? Or do you drink more than her?
Oh, yeah, 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 that's right. Oh, okay. I beat her at
Beer mile.
BMR.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, I remember you came in first for beer mile,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I was very
Okay.
strong for BMR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to talk about ATM championship. I mean, Veronica, last year champion, ladies champion, she has showed that she does not need 100 kilometers or longer ultras to become an ATM champion. So does that
Yes.
motivate you for you to try and win a championship this year or moving next year? I mean, like now because of COVID situation, probably this year it could be chance.
Yes, but I think I don't really have much confidence to complete 100K at in trail because it's
Mm-hmm.
very different because 125K last Monday was on the road in a very flat, no hill, but it was very hot. But I think it's very different. I think so. I think I want to try 70K and 50K first.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So do you have any races in mind in the bucket that you would like to join?
Oh, yes, actually I want to try as much as possible. And actually I want to try Korea 50K, Korea 50. And also
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go Vietnam for uh
Dalat or Vietnam Mountain Marathon?
yeah, Vietnam mountain. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
okay, and also I'm gonna go Rantau as well. Rantau, I'm gonna go.
Lantau.
Nan,
Okay.
yes.
Let's see. Okay.
And I'm still thinking about Hakuba as well. Yeah.
Okay. So, having said so much, talk about you. So, what does running give you in life? What running represent for you?
Running. Okay, if I don't run, I will be unhealthy, and if I don't run, I cannot eat enough a lot of delicious food because I usually I eat a local food, delicious food, and then I train well. Yeah, I like this cycle. And after training, I have nutritional meal, and I really love it. And then have a nap. I really love this cycle.
Okay. So I would hope to see you more in the Asia Trail Master Race very soon.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Nice chatting with you, and stay safe. We'll meet soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Take care.
Bye.
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 Hi, good morning, Cassandra.
Hi, morning.
It's good seeing you again after so
Yes,
long.
it was a
And
good
how are
run.
you? And how's the recovery?
I'm doing good. I still run every day. My knees and still aching. My toes and my fingers are still numb. But that will not stop me from running.
You're doing great, yeah. And this morning you're very fast. It's very hard for me to even catch you to take shots, yeah.
Please, we enjoyed ourselves,
Yeah.
right? You know, we talk, walk.
Yeah.
Actually, running is just to enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
And we don't have to run fast.
Yeah.
We just need to run happy, run free, run easy, and most importantly is to run safe. No injury, try not to have any injury.
And your training run, and you're also competing this ATM 500 with your teammates.
Yes.
And being very consistent with your distance. You run twice daily, right?
Yes. I mean, I have got an awesome teammates.
Yeah.
You know, we form a team and we call ourselves the Good Vibes Runners, because I think, you know, running is for fun.
Yeah.
You know, we need to enjoy our run.
Correct.
And we just want to send good vibes to everyone. You know, even those runners who run for the first time maybe, or who just started running, just keep on running. Doesn't matter about your pace, doesn't matter about your speed, just continue running and enjoy it. I have an awesome teammates. You know, I have Trung, I have Kevin, Anna. They are clogging in massive miles. They are doing
You can
great.
see from the Strava.
Yes, and even like some of them, Kevin does twice. Trung,
He's stuck.
he is stuck in Vietnam in quarantine, and he would run up and down the corridors for 15k.
Treadmill is his best friend.
For 10k.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anywhere, you can run anywhere, you know, just do it. Yeah.
And how many more kilometers to go for you?
Since last night, we already clocked in 400k. So
Whoa.
hopefully by today, or maybe even later, we would have completed the 500.
I'm so glad, yeah.
Yeah.
And any words for the rest of the participants in the ATM 500?
Just enjoy it. We still have until 21st of June, so you still have more than a week. Pace yourself well. If you need to rest, please rest. You know, just do your calculation and try to finish it. Enjoy it. Eat well. Sleep well.
Remember to stretch.
And stretching, yes. Stretching is very important, before and after the run, so as not to injure yourself, because by stretching it helps to recover, and then your muscle will not be so tensed up, and then you'll be able to run again the next day and to finish up with this race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Cassandra. It was
Thanks,
good
William.
to see you again. Yeah.
Nice to see you again. See ya.
beneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention. I'm on a mission. No sweat in the way I step. I got a fresh new attitude. Oh my, my, my. Oh my, my, my. Call me a king. Can you buy me a crown? Oh my, my, my. Oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up. And this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who tried to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. This is my world now.
Okay, and after the virtual racing, we go back to the real racing, or at least we hope what the real racing will be again. And with us now is Alvan Impriadi from Ijen Trail in East Java, Indonesia. Alvan, good afternoon. Welcome to the show again.
Good afternoon, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you.
4 weeks ago, you were also on the show, and then you mentioned that the decision for the taking place of Ijen Trail would be by the middle of June, which is where we are now. So, of course, we're all wondering what the final decision is for this year's edition of Ijen Trail.
Yeah, finally we have to postpone the Trail 2020 to next year. The situation in especially in Bondowoso and also Surabaya City as one of the international entrants to Ijen is still struggling to deal with it with the pandemics. The flights to and from Surabaya is still limited only for a government employee with special permission, and that's why we have to postpone it.
Yeah. And postponing, you said, to 2021. So actually the 2020 edition is cancelled.
Yeah, 2020 is cancelled.
Yeah. And do you already have a vague idea for the date of the event in 2021?
The exact dates will be confirmed, will be announced for sure in early October. Because we have to have some conversation too with the government from the Bondowoso government.
Yeah. What happens with all the registrations so far for the event? This is all transferred to 2021, or what is the policy?
Yeah, for the participants who have registered will automatically become the participant of 2021.
Mhm.
And runners who are unable to participate in 2021 could transfer it to the another runners without a charge.
Without charge.
Yeah, without charge.
Okay, so you're now in Banyuwangi, I believe. Yeah. There has been some news that at least in Bali, the situation is improving, and that tourists will again be allowed into Bali soon. Do you have more information on that you can share?
Yeah, we have some information here that Indonesia will be open three region, including Bali, Bintan, and also Banyuwangi.
Banyuwangi, where you are?
Yeah, Banyuwangi, where I stay here, is because Banyuwangi is now it's become city tourist. The tourism is growing up here. Yeah, it is the gateway to Ijen Trail and also the nearest entrance to West Bali.
Yeah, that's great news. At least something to look forward to, I guess, for many people. And Yeah, of course, it's sad news that Aegean Trail is also postponed, but it was to be expected given the current circumstances. Thank you very much, Alfan, for sharing the news with us. And we are already looking forward to next year because, as you know, Aegean Trail is one of my personal favorites on the calendar.
Thank you, Chris. See you.
See you. Bye-bye.
See you down.
Okay. So amazing.
こんにちは、ウルトラランナーの井原智和です。今日は愛用しているニューハレテーピングのご紹介をします。2019年の新越語学でレースの60マイル地点で腰が張ってどうしようもなくなっちゃったんですよね。そこでエイドに入ってクルーに腰のマッサージしてもらったんですけど、全然腰の緊張がほぐれず、そこでここにある筋肉をほぐしてもらったおかげで後ろの筋肉の張りが取れて走れるようになりました。その時にアイテープをこちらにこの筋肉に貼ることでサポートされて続けることができたという経験があります。ウルトラランニングではどうしても荷物が重くなっちゃうので猫背になっちゃうんですよね。そうするとこの腰に負担がかかってしまったり腰が痛くなっちゃいます。アイテープをこの胸に貼ることでここの筋肉が緩んで猫背が改善されて腰への負担も減ります。僕は必ずこの V テープをレース中に腰に貼ります。レース特有の張りや緊張を取ってくれるのでとても効いてます。ニューハレテープをつけ始めたのは2010年ぐらいで、当時ひどいメンテ癖があって練習を 1,2 ヶ月棒に振るようなことがあって、そこからは未然に怪我を防ぐっていうことがとても大事っていうことに気づいてニューハレテープを使うようになりました。ニューハレテープはですね、つけててもストレスなく使えるので、今ではレースやロングランの時に使ってます。僕には100マイル100タイムズという目標があります。一つ一つのレースがとても重要です。だから未然に防げるトラブルはテーピングで未然に防ぎます。
All right, that was Tomokatsu Ihare who explained to us the ins and outs of the new Hale Kine system. And in the meantime, we have here with us Hisashi Kitamura, also from Japan, obviously. Hisashi, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Tomukatsu Ihara, do you know him personally?
Actually, I haven't seen him in person, but I know him. He's famous in Japan, and I'm the big fan of his podcast, 100 Miles, 100 Times.
Okay. And New Hale, do you have any experience with the tapes?
Yeah, I try sometime because the new horror is quite popular in the among the Japanese right now. I try, but I don't know how to use it properly. So I tried several times, but I haven't tried in race.
Well, then I guess you better watch the video later on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Hisashi. So you're still in Malaysia? You're in Kuala Lumpur?
Yes.
Yeah. So how has life been there for you in the past months?
Yeah. In Malaysia, the middle of the March, it was total lockdown, so we cannot basically go out. So we runners even cannot run outside. It's almost 1.5 months. So but during that, it's quite hard to train. But already recovered the situation 1 month ago. So now I focus on the training.
So that means that you have not been training so much.
Actually, I tried to run inside. So I tried one. It's like a personal event. So I ran the 165 km along the inside of the garage, just a 15-meter loop.
What? 100 miles in a garage on a 50-meter loop?
Yes. It took the 27 hours. The concept is that it's like I was supposed to join the Ultra Trail Mount Fuji in Japan 100-mile race. But of course, this situation, it was canceled. So on the day, I ran just only myself alone. So I sat there in the garage, 15-meter loop, and I ran 165 kilometer, 100 mile.
You were
27 hours.
And you were not dizzy or something afterwards?
It was okay. It was sometimes I felt tired, and I was wondering why am I doing like this? But I completed 100 mile alone by 27 hours.
27 hours, my goodness. Hisashi, I'm sure that a lot of viewers, I think everybody is hoping that there is some video footage of your damage run. Is there?
Just show the video. So by the time that I run the next stage, the Vietnam Jungle Marathon, director contacted to me, and I posted one article as a winner of the last year. And at the side, maybe you can see there how I run the garage 50 meter.
Okay, well then I will definitely check that out after our talk here.
Yeah.
So actually, Hisashi, then it's still even a bit more surprising that you're not part of the ATM 500 this week, because all the elites are basically there, and your name was missing. So what happened exactly?
Yeah, I tried to make the one team by Team Ugro, but it was real late, so I couldn't make the team.
Yeah. You told me I think 2 days before the start that you were not aware of the ATM 500, right? Because you're not following social media so much.
Yeah. That is the first reason.
Okay. Have you been following the ATM 500 action this week?
Yeah. I envy them.
You envy them, yeah. Okay. You envy them, Hisashi, but at the same time, you're leading the Asia Trailmaster Championship this year. Of course, there haven't been so many races yet, but you did 2 out of the 3 races, and you scored 2 podium places. So that puts you in a very good position for the last 3-4 months of the year. What is your strategy? What is your thinking about that for now?
So actually, I just joined 2 races, and I got the 3rd place, so that I'm not so satisfied with the result. So I just train for the next race. I don't know when.
Yeah. So actually, there were some people who were arguing that this forced break of several months is maybe very good news for Hisashi Kitamura, because some people argue that you were maybe becoming a little bit tired and that your condition was going a little bit downwards based on Tahura Trail and UTKC this year. What do you think about that?
Actually, I didn't feel just tired, but in the Thailand at the time that I was suffering from my bad condition, the diarrhea. So the second race was I need to admit that it's in a good condition. But Tahura, I didn't feel so much tired. So fatigue that doesn't matter. But on the other hand, since last year, I kept joining the races, so I couldn't focus on my training. Now I had the time to focus on my training, especially uphill. So always uphill is not my side. Every single race I finish second by uphill. So my rivals went faster. So currently I focus on the uphill. So fatigue doesn't matter, but on the other hand, the training side, I focus on the uphill. So I believe that I can be a good climber the rest of the race.
Yeah, so that's maybe the lesson learned from TMBT last year, right? Because you were leading the race, and then Milton Amat came back because the last 10K is always a bit uphill, right?
Yes.
So this year,
you mentioned the TMBT. So every week I do the uphill, the interval training. So I climb up the 1 km, the uphill, and the first 600 meters is a gentle uphill, and the last 400 is a hard uphill. And every time I run, I image Milton Amat. I image the last 10K. So I run 600 meter, and I catch up the Milton Amat and overtake last 400 meters. That is my training image. So definitely, this year, the end of the race, final ATM is TMBT. So definitely, I would like to realize my training image there. Okay.
So you're already very good prepared for TMBT, the final race this year. Have you noticed that Milton Amat has run 250 kilometers in the last 3 days as part of the
really?
500? 250. So he's also training very clearly.
I think, everyone.
Hisashi, in the meantime, it's just over 1 year since your first ATM victory, the Vietnam Jungle Marathon, the race you just mentioned. But I would like to take you back to another big race, Ultra Trail Chiang Rai, the Thailand Super Trail last October. That was a fantastic duel that you had there with John Ellis. And now we are a few months later now. Can I ask you, how do you look back to that race? That fantastic duel of 50 to 60 kilometers head-to-head with John Ellis.
Yeah, that is quite a memorable time for me. So it's like a 125 km race, maybe more than 70 km that I run with him. So that one is is quite memorable. And during the time, it's hard to describe, but so in the end, I couldn't follow the John Ellis. But during the time, what I felt is, of course, I didn't want to lose. So it's like once I desperating for the moment to come lose. But on the other hand, I just simply wanted to be with him, run with him. So it's kind of something difficult to express, but it's a special moment for me. So that Chiang Rai is a special race for me.
Final question, Hisashi. So you already mentioned the TMBT, of course, will be a big goal for you. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to later this year?
Maybe. So already many races canceled. So I hope I can join the Vietnam Mountain Marathon for my next race.
Yeah. You were second in that race 2 years ago, I believe.
Yeah. I was second.
So you want to go back and win it?
I got a good result. So far, Vietnam Of course, I won the veteran jungle marathon and the veteran mountain marathon. I was second, and the ultra trail I was second. Yeah, last 5K, the John Ellis overtook me. I
Yeah.
finished the second, but I always got the podium in the Vietnam race. So
Yeah.
I also look forward to join Vietnam mountain marathon.
Yeah. So you like the Vietnamese races very clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Hisashi, for this interview. I hope you will continue to do well and that you can keep up the training in the next few weeks and see you on the trails back
Okay. Yeah.
in autumn. Take care. Cheers.
Bye.
All right, and now we have arrived at our final rubric of this episode of Tale of the Trail, and that is, as usual, the mystery guest, Shindy Patricia from Indonesia, one of the pioneers of trail running in that country. Shindy, hello, good morning or good afternoon for you.
Good afternoon, Chris.
How is life for you in Malang, in East Java?
Yeah, good. I'm good and healthy.
You're good and healthy. That's important because we hear in the news that Malang is quite badly hit by the coronavirus, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, what is the general feeling in Malang at the moment? Can you all go running still, for example, outside, or do you all have to stay indoors?
Actually, I do more activity at my home, like yoga and but I can still ultra running outside because Malang not to do lockdown so far.
No
So
lockdown.
we can running bicycle or something.
Okay. Yeah, we see on your Instagram very often that you're doing a lot of yoga as well, then other kinds of acrobatic exercises, right? Is that another hobby of yours apart from trail
Yeah,
running?
yeah. I'm like yoga, just
Yeah.
beginner yoga.
Just beginner, yeah. But
Yeah.
looking at the photos, sometimes it's already quite amazing. Some of the poses that you have been posting. Shindy, so you mentioned that you can go outside. You're not in lockdown, but we noticed that you're not taking part in the ATM 500. And you mentioned to me earlier that's because you're injured. So anything serious, or is it just a minor injury?
Not to be serious. Just I don't do running too more or too longer because situation. I think.
Yeah. Okay. You're also, of course, part of the technical team of Mantra Summits Challenge. Yeah,
Yeah.
the big trail race in July normally, which has been cancelled for this year. What is exactly your role in that event?
To make a road like that.
Yeah. Mantra Summits 2021 next year. Is there anything we can expect? Something new?
Yeah, I think yeah. But next year, I think more running will be enthusiastic to join, and I'm sure there will be more participant of Mantra Summit Challenge because Mantra Summit Challenge is different, more challenging, and then we keep give the best to all participants.
Absolutely. It's one of the toughest races in Asia
Yeah.
Trailmaster. Some people even say it is the toughest race. Shindy, last year you also took part in a Cameron Ultra in Malaysia
Yes.
and you won the race.
Yes.
So that race was also cancelled now. It's maybe a pity because I believe you're one of the ambassadors for the event. What tips do you have for runners who want to do Cameron Ultra next year?
Camera Ultra is good race. The very particularly the road is particularly challenging. A lot of mud and particularly runnable because we can run at the apa green tea the tea garden.
Yeah, plantation.
With the
Yeah.
fresh air, I think.
Yeah. So you say it's quite runnable, but usually quite muddy. So you
Yes.
need to be well in balance.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Shindy, you're a two-star grandmaster as well in Asia Trail Master. So you've been around since the beginning, basically, almost. So what is your best memory so far of Asia Trail Master? One or two?
All competition in Asia Trail Master more impressed me, but the best moment I think Kaltra, because I took a number one.
Okay.
So that's why I'm very happy, and this is Kaltra is my best moment race in Asia Trail Master.
Okay, that's. I'm sure that they will be very happy to hear that in Malaysia. Shindy, in the meantime, you're one of the, let's say, older generation of trail runners in Indonesia, and that means that you're also already coaching some runners. This week, we noticed, for example, the team Arjuno in the ATM 500 virtual race, and we noticed one runner in particular, and that's Christine Mutia. And Christine told us that she is being coached by Shindy Patricia. So how did that come about?
Yes, Kristen is my friend. We both live in Malang, and sometimes we running together. And 2 days ago, I'm support her to running together to complete her 50 kilometer, the team Arjuno team to virtual running.
Yeah, 500.
And she's very talented, I think. She's very fast, and then I hope next year or someday she can to be a new star and ATM.
Yeah, it certainly looks very promising. I mean, her running time this week over 100 kilometer was very good. So what happens, Shindy, when you and Christine go out training together on, let's say, Mount Willyrang? You two try to beat each other, or you just stay friendly and you just run together?
We just run together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shindy, there was a mystery guest game as usual, and there was a runner from Malaysia, from Kuala Lumpur, who was first in guessing your identity, and that was Levin Sim. And it's not the first time that Levin guesses an identity right, because he also chose Kim Matthews a couple of weeks ago already on this show. So Levin has had the chance to ask you a question, and his question is, and I'm reading, hello Shindy. So what is your nutrition plan for ultra races that are longer than 100 kilometers long? Do you have any special food, or do you take any special supplements during a race?
I don't have special food or special nutrition. Just keep eat healthy. Not to drink caffeine because I have a stomach pain, and then during the rest I just eat cookie by myself, and then I eat more fruit like that.
You make cookies by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very nice. All right, Cindy, final question. What is next for you? So, of course, at the moment, there are no events, and definitely not in Java at the moment. So what do you see for yourself, let's say, next season, next year? Do you have any specific trail running goals?
I just want to keep uh, running in trail running, but I want next year to join running to a place I never been visited.
Okay. So you want to go running to new places, new experiences. Thank you very much, Cindy, for this talk. We wish you all the best, and of course, stay healthy and safe over there in Malang.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thank you, you too.
All right, that was Shindy Patricia, the two-star Grandmaster from Indonesia. And as such, we have come at the end of another episode of Tale of the Trail. We thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show. And of course, also Godspeed to all of you who are still running the ATM 500 virtual challenge. Thank you very much and see you again soon.